I think we don't talk about failure enough. The only time you hear about failure is from somebody who's already really successful. And what about the rest of us? What about those who have tried and took risk and it didn't work out? And now we are running out of time or are too scared to try again. So this is my non-success story and how it made me feel and what I've learned. My husband and I set up a soap business soon after our wedding in 2019. And then, of course, COVID hit. And without wanting to sound insensitive, being in an e-commerce business selling soap online while everyone across the globe is getting obsessed about germs and washing their hands is probably the best combination in the worst situation. We started small, but it grew steadily considering it was run on a shoestring budget. Within the first year, we employed somebody to help and the orders were coming in. We even got an order from Kensington Palace and businesses started regularly ordering too. We moved to a bigger space and things were looking up, but it was a hard graft. We had substantial growth, but we were not in a position to quit our day jobs, and the money was still small. And then when the last lockdown ended, the demand declined, and for that and a cocktail of other reasons, we had to shut it down. Now, during the same time as we were running the business and working full time, in the background, we were also managing a property abroad. This was our retirement fund and we were very lucky to be able to do this in the first place. It was a multi-year investment and it meant no holiday and lifestyle sacrifices for many years. There were bumps along the road, COVID being one of them, but eventually we were approaching completion. And unfortunately the bad luck struck and we almost lost everything. Without getting into too much detail, as it's a story for another day, we got cheated by both individuals and the system, and it was one of the most scariest times of our lives. In the end, we saved the property, but it cost us a lot of money that jeopardized and put at risk everything else we built. Those type of events, especially when you're 40 plus, can do one of the two things to you. Number one, it can cause a sense of urgency and propel you into doing something else really fast. Number two, it can crush your confidence enough so that you will never try again and you lose faith in your abilities. And for a long time, you know what it made me feel? Shame. When you are cheated or stolen from, for some reason, it brings the feeling of shame on you. When you fail at something you do and talk about for years, you eventually feel shame. It kind of makes you feel stupid. I didn't want to admit the failure to myself and I didn't want to admit the failure to everyone else. I remember somebody asking me about the soap business when it was still just about going and them saying, "Oh, it's so cool you're still doing that." It sounded more like a scorn. One thing I definitely learned that it's really hard to find people that understand what you do and why you do it and support you in it unless you're really successful. Nobody wants to see the tough, ugly road and nobody wants to talk about failure. Failure means you've done something wrong. But the lessons I've learned were absolutely priceless. And it made me, I hope, a better person, definitely a wiser one. Number one, I've learned to talk about my failures more openly when I found it in me to feel proud of myself. I realized that, hey, nobody that I know really put themselves out there like this. Nobody took themselves out of their comfort zone, out of their safe lifestyle of 9-to-5 jobs, evenings in the pub, weekend getaways, and put themselves at risk and made bold decisions. I did. I tried something, I failed, I learned. There is nothing wrong in dreaming big, and I will not be shamed for it. My second lesson, and that is going to sound a bit strange and perhaps counterintuitive, but these hardships really enriched my life. Saving my investment and building my business from nothing is something I never thought I was capable of. The struggle in the end makes you less afraid because when you face your fears and survive, you are less scared. Plus the experience and the knowledge that I've gained, nobody's going to take that away from me. Number three is I should have trusted my intuition more. If I have, I would have avoided some of the red flags, maybe not necessarily avoided the whole failure, but definitely minimized the impact. I should have believed in myself more, but when you're doing something for the first time, you are inclined to think that everybody else knows better, and oftentimes it's not the case. Now, would I do it again? Yes, I would, but differently. What I really miss is the building and the creating side of things. And as cliche as it may sound, it really is about the journey and not the destination. I had so much fun running the business. I was able to be creative, I was hopeful, I had purpose, I had distraction from the daily grind and from COVID. But next time I'll definitely be calculating more and I will be more deliberate in what I do and how I do it. And I'll believe in myself more. But I don't want to stop dreaming and I don't want to stop trying. Tell me whether you've taken risk. Have you succeeded? Have you failed? How did you get there? I would love to know. Leave it in the comments. And if you like the content, like and subscribe. And I see you guys next time.